I used to think the highway was the only place I could breathe. After my divorce, after my mother died, after the house felt too quiet to sleep in, I started taking long night drives. No destination, just motion. The hum of tires, the steady white lines, the illusion of progress. I'd drive for hours with the radio off, letting the darkness swallow whatever was left of me. Sometimes I cried without knowing why. Sometimes I didn't feel anything at all. The world felt hollow, like I was already a ghost moving through it. That night, the night everything ended, I told myself I was just going for another drive, just another stretch of empty highway. I remember touching the cracked dashboard and whispering, "Just get me through tonight." I didn't know the road was already listening.
It was a Tuesday, ordinary. I left work late, the sky already black, the air cold enough to sting my lungs. The highway outside town was nearly empty, just a few semis groaning through the dark. My headlights carved a narrow tunnel through endless asphalt. The radio finally crackled to life with static and an old country song. Everything felt normal enough. Then I noticed the car behind me. Far back at first. One pair of headlights. Steady. I changed lanes. It changed too. I slowed down. It slowed with me. I told myself it was coincidence. Highways are full of coincidences. Still, every time I glanced in the mirror, those lights were there. Unblinking. Watching. I felt that quiet prickle at the base of my neck. The kind you ignore because you don't want to feel stupid for being afraid. 10 miles later, the highway cut through open fields. No exits, no gas stations, just darkness and wind. I sped up. The car behind me sped up too, not aggressively, calmly, patiently. I tapped my brakes once. So did they. My stomach tightened. Then my phone buzzed in the cup holder. No service out here, yet a notification lit the screen. A text from an unknown number. Just 2 words. Slow down. My hands went cold on the steering wheel. I checked my mirrors again. Same headlights. Closer now. I didn't slow down. Another text chimed. "You're shaking." I dropped the phone like it burned me. My breath turned ragged. There was no way they could see me that clearly. No way they could be texting me. But the phone buzzed again anyway. "We're right behind you." The highway felt narrower after that. The darkness pressed in on both sides, thick and alive. I started checking my mirrors every few seconds. The headlights stayed perfectly centered, never drifting, never falling back. My phone kept buzzing. I didn't look at it anymore, but each vibration felt like a needle in my skull. The radio began to distort, voices warping into long, dragging whispers beneath the music. I turned it off. The silence was worse. I felt watched from inside my own car, like someone was sitting in the back seat, breathing softly. I told myself I was spiraling, letting grief and exhaustion twist my mind. But when I finally dared glance at my phone again, the last message was already open on the screen. I never unlocked it. It read, "Don't check your back seat." My throat closed with a soundless scream. I looked anyway. The back seat was empty. For half a second, relief flooded me, then the relief curdled. The reflection in the rearview mirror didn't match the empty seat. A shape sat behind me in the glass. Pale, wrong, its head tilted at an angle no human neck should hold. Its mouth stretched too wide, lips barely moving as it smiled. I whipped around. Nothing. I faced forward again. The reflection still showed it. Closer now, its eyes sunk deep into shadows where eyes shouldn't be. My phone buzzed once more. I didn't want to read it, but my eyes moved on their own. "You finally see me." My chest felt like it was folding inward. The headlights behind me flared brighter. So close I could see the outline of the car now. It was the same model as mine, same color, same damage on the bumper. I slammed the gas. The engine screamed. The speedometer climbed past anything I'd ever driven before. Wind roared through the cracked window. My own car shuddered in protest. The other car stayed with me, perfectly, effortlessly. I swerved into the next lane. It mirrored me. I veered onto the shoulder, gravel exploding beneath my tires. It followed without hesitation. My phone lit up with another message. You can't outrun yourself. Suddenly, my dashboard lights flickered. The engine sputtered. I felt the car losing power, like a heart stuttering in a chest. I mashed the gas. Nothing. The steering wheel locked stiff under my hands. The headlights behind me surged forward in a blinding white wave, filling every mirror, every corner of my vision. I was slowing no matter how hard I fought it. The road was taking me whether I wanted it to or not. My thoughts broke into pieces. Get out. Don't stop. It's in the car. It's behind you. It is you. I didn't know what was real anymore. The shadows inside the vehicle moved when I blinked. The reflection in the windshield lagged behind my movements, like my body and my image were separating. I started laughing and crying at the same time, the sounds tangling in my throat. This isn't happening, I whispered. This isn't happening. My phone vibrated again and again in my lap, relentless like a pulse. I could feel something breathing against the back of my neck now. Hot, slow, intimate. My hands felt numb, like they belonged to someone else. I wasn't driving anymore. I was watching myself drive, a helpless passenger inside my own skin. The highway stretched on forever, a looping ribbon I could never step off. The road curved toward a long, empty bridge. No lights, just black water below and darker sky above. My car slowed to a crawl at the entrance, as if it chose the place itself. The engine died completely. Silence fell so suddenly my ears rang. The headlights behind me rolled to a stop inches from my bumper. Their beams washed over the inside of my car, bleaching everything ghost white. My phone screen lit up without any vibration this time. One final message appeared. This is where you disappeared the first time. Memories I didn't recognize flooded my head. Another night, another drive, another version of me screaming as metal folded and glass shattered. I understood then. I hadn't survived that crash years ago. I had only been borrowing time. And the thing behind me had come to collect what never truly escaped. The driver's door handle jerked violently. Once. Twice. I locked it with trembling fingers, even though I knew it meant nothing. The metal around the door began to bend inward, slow and deliberate, like it was being pulled by invisible hands. The windshield exploded in a spider web of cracks, the pressure warping it from the outside. I screamed until my throat tore, until no sound came out anymore. The thing from the reflection began forcing its way through the ruined glass, bending its body in impossible angles. Its face was mine now, my eyes, my mouth, my terror frozen onto its features. "You're late," it whispered with my voice. Cold fingers closed around my wrist. I felt every nerve ignite. The world shrank into pain and blinding light, and the roaring of water far below. The bridge vanished beneath us as the car tipped forward into open air. I didn't die when we hit. I woke up in the driver's seat on the shoulder of the highway, engine humming, dashboard lights steady. My hands rested calmly on the wheel like nothing had ever happened. The bridge was miles behind me. There was no damage to the car, no blood, no cracks, just the road stretching ahead into darkness. My phone sat quietly in the cup holder. No messages. When I checked the rearview mirror, the back seat was empty. Relief washed over me so hard I started to sob. I told myself it was a breakdown, a hallucination, grief finally snapping something in my brain. Then I saw the headlights appear in the distance behind me. One single car. Same distance as before.
Same steady pace. My phone buzzed once. A new message from my own number. Slow down. And I understood the truth. I wasn't being chased. I was being reset.